Welcome to the Brewtiful Game. As always, I am Blake here with Ferris.
Hola.
And Ron.
What's happening?
And we're here to talk a ton of Premier Leagues, FA Cups. There's a lot.
Champions League.
Champions League. There's a lot of European football.
Oh, that's what they call it.
That we've got. Okay, Popeye. European football. All that good stuff we got to talk about.
We're back after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about
2 weeks?
3 weeks?
Yeah, it was two weeks.
Work, life. That type of stuff happens every now and again.
Yeah, but there were also breaks of FA Cup play and stuff, so kind of
Yep.
you worked stuff out. Champions League that you could watch on, Deport.
You can watch it on a couple of Spanish stations, but it's Bleacher Report Live and then, what is it, TNT? Or TBS?
Yes, TNT.
It's one of the two.
TNT.
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah.
I can't tell if I like the Bleacher Report stuff.
I don't mind when they go out to Stu Holden and Steve Nash. I don't mind that. I think Steve Nash is very knowledgeable on the game. He's a little bit dry and he's not necessarily, but I like his thought on it, and he is very knowledgeable on it. So I don't mind that aspect. I haven't watched a whole lot of it because normally I'm at work, but some of the stuff I've seen, I don't want to say I've been impressed, but I've been, okay.
This is kind of
terrible.
I would definitely recommend, if you are unfamiliar with the podcast and website World Soccer Talk, because they cover the coverage, literally, of stuff covered. But there's been a lot of conversation. They've got a lot of good stuff too about like what they think of the Champions League coverage and stuff with Turner Broadcasting. I do think it's weird. When Premier League Gold first rolled out for NBC, we all said, "Ooh, they may not have done this." This was confusing the way it first rolled out,
Right.
And it seemed,
and it was because they had waited so long to release any details about it.
Yeah,
and then when
they even
did,
offered discounts, right, because of it.
Yeah, later they did.
No, what had happened is they were having a rough start to it, and things were being blacked out, and things weren't like, you weren't able to see what the stuff that they told you. So they were like, "Hey, we're so sorry. Here's like a $10 off."
There were some technical issues, and but that being still, they had like a built-in audience that watched Premier League soccer, and then they spun this thing off. The Turner broadcast is interesting because they started a paid app with the Bleacher Report thing before they were known for covering soccer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Fox could have made a thing like this. ESPN has with their ESPN made a thing like this. It's just a weird place to start there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Curious to see how it all goes. But that's not what we're here to talk about right now. Now we got to talk about some beer, because we're all like, whose beer is it? Really, it's probably just Ron's for a while because he has so many beers from across the world.
I didn't do the last two.
Wait, no. Didn't you?
That's not accurate, because the two beers I just took out of this room
were
the ones from New Zealand, from Marlborough, New Zealand. And,
Yeah.
I really thought that.
I'm not complaining. They've all been good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was the batch one that didn't have a name.
Oh, right.
Like,
Oh, that was from Canada.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was from Canada. There's one New Zealand, one from Canada.
Oh, that was from Canada.
That was just North America.
Point to a place on the map and you'll find the beer.
It was just North America.
All right. Well, today I have.
Wait. Was Southern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere?
Southern Hemisphere.
Okay.
Right. Southern Hemisphere, New Zealand beer.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to finish off. What?
You got to go to New Zealand more often.
Yeah, right.
I know,
This has been awesome.
Beers have been great. I'm telling you, I was a beer mule coming home from that flight.
What's great is I have friends visiting right now, and I have literally kept sending them brewery names.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, here, go to the website here. If you go by this place,
perfect.
check it out. If you go by this place, check it out. Yeah.
Perfect. So we're going to finish the beers that I brought from Monteith's Brewing.
Monteith.
Yep. So if you remember that, that's a brewery in Greymouth, New Zealand. And it basically fought a war of attrition from the 1860s all the way to today. They're the ones that are still standing. They have some incredible beers. Check out thebrewery.co.nz for all your information.
Did you say NZ?
NZ.
You didn't say Z.
Yeah, because that's how they say it.
You said Z.
NZ.
Oh,
He's
geez.
picked up the accent
Ron
now.
is
He's been
continental
over
now.
there. Yeah.
Intercontinental. You're welcome.
That was great.
All right, so
NZ sounds like a bad boy band.
So we're going to play a little game. I have 3 beers. I'm going to drink one of them. You each are going to drink one of them, but you're not going to know what style it is, and you have to guess the style.
So we can't even look at you pour this. We could do like
I'm going to pour it.
Interesting.
And you're going to have to guess what the style is.
Oh, and it's going to be a weird play on it, so it's going to be hard.
Huh.
And bonus points.
Okay, here we go.
If you can get the ABV within 1%. And you're going to win absolutely nothing but bragging rights.
It's Ron's What the What FA Cup.
Yep, it is. It's
what the what? What's in my cup?
Hey! I was going to have a lot worse version of that.
Alrighty. So.
Oh, man. I like this game show. Even when you lose, you win.
Right? Mine is Monty's Brewing Extra Pale Ale, the XPA.
Wait, you're allowed to say what yours was?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a part of the game. Sorry, I must have missed that.
Yeah, just you two.
Because he knows what's in there.
I know what's
that's
in
true.
there.
That's yeah.
So extra pale ale from Monty.
All right, so let me grab this guy.
All right, I'm not looking. Don't look there.
That's right. They got koozies on them, so you can't cheat.
Look at you slice devil, you.
I was born at night, but it wasn't last night.
This is hysterical.
All right, you can fill while I pour.
All right, pass me your glass there, Fair, so I can.
All right, go on.
Boom.
Well, do we have to have it in the bottle?
No, you're having it in the glass.
Okay.
So I'm helping you because if you pour it, then you can.
Now,
we may have to help you because you have that bottle opener, and Lord knows you're not.
Shove it up your ass.
Now, as Ron is prepping,
well done.
We want to introduce you to this week's topic. We are so excited. We are going to do a full 2-hour special on how bad Chelsea lost to Man City and broke a long-standing, never before defeated that badly by another team.
That was.
Did you see my headline for that game?
Just Ron with a question mark.
You guys can shove it.
That
Ferris
is awesome.
Oh, God bless you.
That is awesome. So, but that is the 2-hour episode. That's right. That's what I want.
Smells lovely.
And the what is in my cup?
Smells like a Pilsner or a lager. Oh, maybe a little fruit notes in there. Maybe a little bit of cider even.
Blake.
All right.
Oh,
so yours is kind of a pale golden.
Yeah, like a straw-ish color, right?
I guess mine is darker than yours.
Yeah, yours is a little bit darker.
Like between gold and
you
copper.
have better head retention. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm smelling some hops on my end. I think I know what style this is going to be. I'll wait till the taste. Oh man, it smells good though. I don't know about yours. This Monty Brewing in New Zealand. I have looked at so much stuff in New Zealand since we started doing these New Zealand beers, and I want to go so bad.
Oh, it's such
real
a great,
good.
Everywhere you go is an incredible brewing company. Everywhere.
Oh, yours is super light golden too. You're a little extra pale ale, Ron.
Yep.
Okay.
Extra pale ale.
Man, mine's kind of got a little sweet caramel thing, but there's definitely some hop. Oh, this could be hard. All right.
Ooh, it's a tricky one.
All right, gents. Cheers.
Cilantro.
What is in my cup? Oh, no. I really thought I was going to say that this was an IPA or an American Pale Ale of some variety, but I got to tell you, mine came out a little lagery sweet on the end.
It's a little bit dry.
Oh, God, it's real bitter on the back.
This is either a Pilsner. This is a...
Okay. Can we narrow it down to saying, are these called standard styles? Are they like, because we had the other week, we had the
that
wit beer
weird
mixed with an IPA.
It's a standard style.
Okay. So gotcha. So because my brain first went to like, it was going to be something like that where you're like, oh, what?
Yeah, I think my final vote on the style is in. Let me have one more sip just to try to confirm.
Yeah, I mean, you can marinate for a few minutes.
I mean, I would marinate in this. It's delicious.
Mine is pretty damn good as well.
Mine is like got a good like back end hoppy. It's real bitter on the back of the tongue.
So
but not too bad.
Mine, the extra pale ale, really crisp, almost like almost a little pilsnery in how clean and crisp it is. But the hops are all on the nose and not in the beer. It's really interesting taste.
Mine are definitely mine's bitter, but not bad. But mine is a
little bitter, yeah. A little bit dry, but good. Okay. I'm going to say, Ron, that mine is a Pilsner.
I'm going to say mine is an India Pale Ale.
Alcohol by volume.
Oh.
5.3%.
5.3. How about you?
5.8.
5.8. Ooh. Blake wins 2-1.
I got the style right, probably.
You got the style wrong.
Oh, no! I did?
Yep. It is a straight lager.
Oh, but you were still.
I said Pilsner or lager, but I ended on Pilsner because it crisp but more bitterness. Like, yeah. Oh, damn it.
And yours was an IPA. And you got the ABV too. That's what I was trying to say.
Damn. So what did I get the point for?
Oh, sorry.
Wait,
I totally screwed that up.
Was it a draw?
Yes, it's a draw.
Woo! Yeah!
Sorry, my bad. My bad.
I was about to say. I was like, I got
this
one
is
right.
like the freaking ref for the Man U PSG game that can't call a freaking penalty. Or,
Yeah, you guessed the ABV closer. It's 5.0. You had 5.3. You had 5.8.
Yeah.
And it's 5.0.
Okay.
So they're both 5.0.
Yep.
All right. So
Blake was right on the style.
draw
This is
third?
IPA.
Yeah.
Cilantro?
Little
It
1-1.
is the Phoenix IPA.
Oh, the Phoenix IPA. That's got a cool bottle.
And then the Barber Lager.
I like it. Damn it. I knew it was either Pilsner or lager.
You guys, you were so close.
The information on the back of some of these are so interesting. They're like approximately 1.3 standard drinks, whatever they consider a standard drink. They're 99% sugar free. It's recyclable glass unless you live where I live and they're communist and don't recycle glass.
I like that they put more nutritional information on the back of their beers.
They put
That's coming though. Do you see? Because the Budweiser keeps making the advert that they're doing that, which makes me think
dairy fiber.
that is going to be a thing that's forced on everybody.
Yeah.
Can I be a little conspiracy theory for you?
Go ahead, do it.
I saw those commercials with Budweiser saying, "Hey, we're going to put all the ingredients on the back of our stuff to show you, like, it's
because everybody else is doing it already.
We don't use corn syrup. No, hold on. We don't use corn syrup. Like the actual like sodium, like all that stuff that's on a normal like a soda can or something." And I thought, so they're going to show off that they use rice and stuff, which they claim is we use rice, but I mean rice is typically a filler. But I saw that commercial and I thought, I know what this is. It is probably more expensive to get that done and print that on the can or bottles, which means it's a way to clamp down on some startup breweries. It's an added level of expense, if you will. If laws get changed, they must have that.
Right.
It's another way to like tag small breweries. Damn you, InBev.
Yeah, I'm sure that holds water.
Because it's like how in Florida you couldn't get you get a 40, but you couldn't get a whatever.
Yeah.
Because the next size would have been like craft beer, the lower growlers and stuff. And they had to change that.
You couldn't get 40s because the big three owned the market on 40s and passed laws that said that you couldn't have certain beers that were 40s because they owned them.
Except the ones that right. So it's, I don't know. I think
it's also like distribution laws.
Yeah.
You can get Allagash White in Georgia.
But I just see them spending money to lobby Congress like, hey, we really should make people like, don't you think? Because if you say the sentence out loud, people should know what they're ingesting. We should make this happen.
In theory, yeah.
People go, oh, that does make sense. There's no way InBev is doing that out of the goodness of their heart.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I love how they really made everyone else mad, though, about the corn farmers who were like pouring Bud Light at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Like live on whatever Facebook, pouring it out because they obviously sell corn syrup because they're corn. So.
Yeah, I think it's the latest fad of those guys trying to have some sort of.
Well, let's not forget the last Super Bowl was the pumpkin latte spiced IPA and want your beer simple and good, American, drink Bud Light. This year, hey, let's tell you what's in our beer. I'm like, you guys, like what? Like, you make up your mind. Which one is it? Like, yeah,
it's whatever the new fad is for the year.
Yeah. This
beer is good. Yeah, beer is very, very good. Barber, what was mine? The Barber Lager.
Phoenix IPA. Barber as in haircut barber?
Yep.
Although his has a pretty slick. The label's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the top of a barn.
Yeah, it's like a weather vane. I'm not sure what that has to do with the
barber
barber
mean something
part.
different in New Zealand than we think?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Exactly what I was just
What's
thinking.
Baba mean in New Zealand?
Hey, trip up to Baba? No.
The shrimp and the Baba. a late hopped West Coast lager. That's why it's so hoppy for you. I added them in late in the process. Man, these are good. So tasty.
God bless you, thank you.
Almost as tasty as a 6-0 Chelsea defeat, but not quite.
Wait. In the same week, you also lost to a lovely team in red.
There are no lovely teams.
You actually lost to both teams in the old Manchester area there.
Just beating people up. But I suppose we should start with the top of our conversation from Premier League Week 26. Some highlights.
Late on this, but.
And that was Manchester United taking on Fulham. Fulham hosting at home. I mean, I don't even know why this is a game of the week because you made this chart because Man U beating Fulham 3-0, I think.
Well, what I did was I didn't want to
highlight.
No, it's sure it is. If you're a Manchester United fan,
we're not.
I'm a Fulham fan as well, so this was a little bit of. I don't want to. Like I wanted United to win, but if we would have come in with a draw, I would have been happy because then Fulham would have got a point out of it. But they didn't. But the goal for the content was for the Premier League because it's been 2 weeks ago was just to list the top 6 essentially the games that would affect what is now the table because the table definitely turned a lot within the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday game schedule there for week 26. So although it was 2 weeks ago, it did shape the table a little bit different than what we've seen over the past 25 weeks. But for the United and Fulham game, about what you expect. It was all United. Pogba with 2 goals, a brace, a lovely first goal, just rocket to the corner, a pen, and then a lovely, lovely Martial goal from this counter attack where he just carried it from his own side of the field and just wove through some players all the way and just slotted it home. And it really was just all Manchester United.
And a couple of years ago, we did a Roses Are Red contest for Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. And I see that you wrote one.
Yeah, since we
missed the title of this.
Yes. Yeah. Since we missed Valentine's Day, I figured I'd start off. It's just the one headline. But Roses are red, Fulham are white, Man United win, and the Cottagers are.
And you're not wrong.
And that's tough for me to say because I love Fulham. I want them to do well, but God, their defense is just horrible.
Wait. They have a defense?
It's very possible that they don't. They're sitting on a minus 33 on the year. The lowest is Huddersfield right below them at minus 34.
But mind you,
minus 33 is...
Yeah, that's...
Compare that to Manchester City, who are up there with the plus 54.
Right? Almost double.
Wow. It's just so bad. And yes, I mean, United have an attack, and you expect United to win this game, but
Fulham actually have people that can score. They just have no defense.
Yeah, and their midfield really hasn't, like, John Michael Seri was supposed to be a really good signing for them. In the first few weeks, he looked great, but just kind of trailed off. Sessegnon, who was their star, England left wing back, who's just supposed to he tore the championship apart last year, hasn't really done a whole lot this year. And it's frustrating. They're still in it, and they still could survive. I don't think it's very likely at this point, but I mean, at least
they need to win like
1-0 or something.
Too quick.
They need to win.
I mean, they need more than that, but I mean, because
they need to get on a little bit of a run.
Above them is Southampton and Cardiff, right? But in that order, it's hard for me to imagine Fulham going on a run better than those guys might manage to pull off.
Right.
Well, they need 7 to get to 18th place.
Yeah. They need they need to score. They need to win 2, and Cardiff and Southampton need to lose the next 2 just to make that interesting for them.
Right. Somebody's got to go on and run a bad form. They have to pick up the next 3 games and win them all to pull themselves out.
Everybody else has to blow it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all agreed. I think Huddersfield they're done. Fulham is not far behind.
Yep. Speaking of Huddersfield.
Yeah, they are at home against Arsenal, where Arsenal will score 3 goals and beat the Huddersfield 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like Arsenal to me.
Yeah. Kolasinac couldn't the one game, we managed to have a clean sheet against Chelsea, but we can't pull that off against Huddersfield. That's
so weird.
Odd.
Or we could have it. Kolasinac this is weird. I'm just going to knock this in.
90 plus 3 own goal. Yeah. Literally why not? And that ended up actually being quite a big change in how the table ended.
Yeah.
Because that one goal changed the goal difference and put Arsenal in 5th, where they could have possibly been in 4th.
Well, no, but you still got one more point more.
Yeah, but it would have at least
little
been
space between
on,
Chelsea.
right.
Yeah. And it is right now, Chelsea and Arsenal both are 5th and 6th, respectively, both with 50 points. They both have 16-point goal differential, but Arsenal has just beaten them in the head-to-head. So that's why, that's why Arsenal's ahead right now. But yeah, I mean, this is just one. It's just you got to win it. This is what you got to win. You got to win these 3 points, and Arsenal does. I'm still very. I mean, come on, where it's been the last 2 years, where it was going. I'm still very happy as an Arsenal fan, as long as they get defensive pickups in the summer.
Yeah, that's key,
right? Because it is so clear what is missing. They got a lot of things they got to figure out, though. Ozil, you know,
they have a few things to iron out.
Then I saw a report that who's your guys' manager? Emery wants to sell Lacazette. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I think him and Aubameyang have a good partnership.
Believe that Lacazette is like in 3rd place now only for the Golden Boot because Aguero had that hat trick.
Right.
But
and Aubameyang didn't play in this game.
Is that a valid rumor or is that
I don't know. It could have been. Yeah, I think it was from the Standard or something. But I would be surprised because I don't. It's hard to go out and get a top class striker. Not that he's necessarily top class, but he is probably one of the top 20 strikers in the world. I would imagine maybe top 30.
Did you say it was Aubameyang or Lacazette who's looking at selling?
Lacazette. Aubameyang didn't play in this game.
Sorry, I think I heard Aubameyang.
It was a last minute fluke, but Lacazette got on the score sheet when he wasn't in. You know, so
well, if you're going to try to compete in either the UEFA or Champions League,
you want some depth, and you want a few people that can put the ball in the back of the net.
That being said, if he really thinks he can get a good chunk of change, and because they are eyeballing a specific defensive pickups. I'll have a very different feeling about that. But you better, if you make that move,
maybe
you better have. But right now, those two guys play good together.
Cards right.
Yeah, they play good together, and you don't really have anybody else. That was always the problem with Arsenal prior. They didn't have that. Well, they were lacking that star striker. Now they've got 2. Right. You know, and you can't. you better have a really solid plan in place. And people freaked out in Liverpool when they got rid of Coutinho. But
true.
They made that.
It was a good move.
They made that move work out very good. So
move,
it would need to work out that well, I think.
Absolutely.
Where did you end the season last season?
6th. We were in UEFA.
Yeah, sounds
I don't think it was 5th. I could be wrong about that.
I thought you guys were 6th, and I thought Chelsea was 5th. United sneaked in at either 3rd. United was 2nd last year.
The only reason I asked that is because
I'll find out real quick.
Look at the difference in morale in the average Arsenal fan.
Oh, it's it's like the Man United situation from beginning to now. It's very different. You're
probably going to end up somewhere in the table where you were last year.
Yeah. But,
however, you have such a positive outlook on things to come. You've seen response out of the team, the coaching staff seems to
listening to the fans chant and stuff. It's very different.
Yeah,
you're right. They could end up in the very same spot, but whereas last year and the couple years that felt like a slow capitulation out of Champions League spot into these UEFA spots with no clear, cohesive looking plan to the future. This team is way better. Right now, they're kind of Liverpool of 2 or 3 years ago. Can score all day long, no defense. So if they can address that issue, I mean, this is a really tough summer for Emery and Arsenal. They have to look like they are trying to make that happen.
I don't know if it's that tough, but he definitely has to make some moves.
I think to keep the fans where Ron is talking about. Yeah.
Keep the fans there and to keep the plan moving forward with what he wants. I think he probably has another 2 windows before you really start to go, okay, we need to see what's happening here.
Because with what happened in a new coach, not that Arsenal fans wouldn't be pissed, but if we were looking at an 8th place at the end of the season, if you told someone that at the beginning of the season, they might have been like, maybe, and the way they played, also, like you said, the hope you got before was like, God, we barely held onto a fourth spot, or we barely held onto a fifth or sixth, because we don't have like star strikers. We don't have that, you've seen those things get addressed. It's definitely very hopeful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a completely different supporter mindset.
Don't mess it up, Kroenke. Don't be too sad about the Rams or
right.
Whoever
he owns else. He owns a lot of places.
The Rams? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the most boring Super Bowl of all time.
Most boring Super Bowl of all time. Yeah. Which I like that earlier Fair said it was like a Jose Mourinho win of the Super Bowl for the Patriots. Well, moving on to other American-owned Premier League teams. Right. We have Liverpool versus Bournemouth. This is actually a big 3 points for Liverpool, obviously, because they've got to keep tight with City. But Bournemouth has always given Liverpool troubles. And this was a good definitive win for Liverpool.
Usually Bournemouth give them troubles on the South Coast, not so much there. But yeah, you're right. They do kind of seem to be a thorn in the side of them, especially on these late runs. And Liverpool did the job. Mane and Salah and Giorgio Wijnaldum, they did their job, and they got a big 3 points. They kept heat on City. They also have a game in hand at the current time because at the end of the weekend, City ended up playing 27, and Liverpool only played 26. So that helps. Had they gotten a draw here, or had they gotten a loss, then that kind of doubts comes into the mindsets of the players. Like, can we finish this off? Can we continue forward? So, big win. Going to lead into a very big match here on Sunday. It's the Manchester versus Liverpool game. 9 a.m. on NBC Sports.
On Sunday?
So big, the Sunday. So it big. Both teams wanted a good win going into this before the FA Cup break. And Liverpool actually get a good bit of time because they played in the Champions League today. But before that, they were already knocked out of the FA Cup. So they kind of had a good 7-8 days off here, play today, and then turn around on Sunday and play a informed United team, and they're informed themselves. So this tie will actually be at Old Trafford. So see how that game goes. Hopefully United can spoil a little bit here and get the win, but we'll see.
I think you'll have a very good game.
I agree.
It's going to be really tense.
I agree.
Oh yeah, that's going to be. Is that the biggest game of the weekend? Do we have another one that's
by far? No, that's by far.
That's
one of the biggest games in the world, right?
Yes, sorry, always in the world.
Right.
If you think the Super Bowl has good ratings, a game that doesn't mean anything. If they weren't racing for the top, Liverpool versus Man U still nets like 790 million worldwide or something.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah. I suppose you have the day off.
I do have the day off. However, I have my soccer game is at 11, so I'll be able to watch a good bit of the at least the first half and a little bit of the second half before I have to go onto the field and play my own game. But I do have the day off. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh man,
that's gonna be fun. I just hope it's a good game, tactically sound, good goals.
I think it will,
and not just.
I think we're going in this
two
with
teams that are afraid to.
I don't think that's the case yet.
Yeah, but sometimes you expect these two high-flying, big-scoring teams,
0-0,
right.
and it becomes this defensive slugfest.
Well,
and not that that's necessarily bad.
Jose Mourinho is no longer coaching Man United.
Correct. Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling you could see like a 3-2, a 4-3 type game, but we'll see.
I'm going with a 1-1 draw.
I saw my buddy got his Valentine from his wife.
Oh, yeah?
And he's a Liverpool fan. And it said, "You're my Salah mate."
Oh, I see what they did there. Yeah.
Salah on there was great.
That's brilliant.
That's pretty good.
Oh, man. Okay, moving on. Well, the Spurs. They are at home. Do we call it home?
Right.
For the time being, at some point this season, they'll move into their new place.
Away from home.
They're at their temporary housing.
Right. They're in the FEMA trailers.
Yeah, they're at the halfway house right now. They are they are wherever they are. That's not going to be their stadium eventually. Hosting Leicester. And I mean, this is a big win for them because Leicester's a team that could cause them troubles. And Tottenham's kind of had again, they are 6 points away from the top, 5 from tying the 2 top teams.
And they should get Kane back this week.
Clearly in the hunt, but nobody is talking about them that way. There is still this no belief that they could ever overcome Liverpool or Man City. Why is that? Like,
they're just not consistent enough.
Well, and that's the thing. That's
Little
where
things mean big.
Well,
big stuff on
and
the
does anybody
field.
believe that they can finish the job? Because the past few seasons they haven't been able to. Remember, it was them and Leicester going head to head, and they just capitulated in that game against Chelsea, and there were red cards and there was fouls.
It was over.
Stupid, right?
You're just like at that point on.
They just imploded. So like, I don't know, but they've done it quietly. Sun Min-hyun
very quiet
had been scoring goals in the absence of Kane, and he is their X factor without a question.
Kane's been missing, and he's still 4th in the Golden Boot hunt right now.
And he should be coming back this weekend.
Yeah.
So you're getting him in the time where you need to get him, and we'll talk about their Champions League game here in a bit as well. But what a job they've been doing in that tournament. So yeah, they're just being quiet, and you can see why United have looked at Pochettino as a possible successor here. So,
but the last couple of weeks is where the question mark has come in of them kind of dropping stuff they shouldn't have.
Yeah, but not in this game. They didn't.
No. I'm saying just prior to that, the question marks, and then Pochettino's post conference about, well, it's all about getting into trophies are good for the ego, but it's about getting to that championship spot. You're like, what did he just say?
Yeah,
right.
Like, and you're like, wow, what?
Yeah,
that was a very weird.
Yeah, he has said a little bit of odd things that you really haven't heard from him.
But if you're someone thinking you might be able to coach, like manage a team with the prestige that is Man United, you wouldn't say that,
right,
in public. And if you contrast that with, we'll get to the Champions League game for Man United, but the way after the loss, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yes.
I don't know how I can say that name.
The way he talks after a loss. Very different.
Yep.
I'm like, God, you guys lost, and I have more confidence in how he talked about it than saying something like, well, your trophies are nice, but we just getting in that Champions League spot. Oh, God, that sounds like if Arsene Wenger had said that, there'd have been 20 planes pulling Wenger outside.
Easily.
So
they'd have brought the hook in.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's still Tottenham's such an interesting situation when it's all said and done. Again, having one of the best years ever. And it may not matter to get the top spot or to even get the top in the top 2.
Right.
Because other people are just having really good. I mean, this run Man City and Liverpool are on amazing.
It's epic.
Yeah. It's amazing. I don't know. But I mean, this was Leicester's been had a good run lately, and they kind of squashed that pretty hard.
Yeah, and they're back. They were above the 0 goal difference mark for a while, but now they're back to a -3.
And this is the game where off the bench they had Vardy take that penalty kick.
Which was
weird when I watched it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so
it makes sense if he makes it.
Well, unfortunately, yes. No, but it's true.
No, because he's your penalty kick taker. You want him to take it.
If another guy took it who missed it, you're a jerk for not why didn't you have Vardy do it?
You were damned if you do and damned if you didn't.
Exactly.
I don't think there's any way to look good unless
really all this comes down to is Vardy was not really warm, ran onto the field.
He didn't get a chance to finish a cigarette. This guy's going to finish.
There's a bowl of half-eaten chips.
He had to finish those crisps, that cigarette, the beer. No time to do that. Had to go out there.
And
the nerve of some people.
They shanked that PK.
And it wasn't an awful penalty kick. It just the kicker or the goalkeeper kicked
guess the right way.
Guess the right way, and it wasn't a great penalty kick.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said, he makes it your hero. You have the other guy take it, doesn't make it. You go, why didn't you let? I don't. Yeah.
And he did score down to make it a little bit tight, but he could have made it tight a little bit earlier and put a little bit more heat on the Spurs, and that did not happen.
I mean, you have those moments you know what's going to happen. Oh, he's already right off the sideline. Oh, he's going to take the kick. Oh, he is going to miss.
Yeah,
he's going to get blocked.
He's going to take the kick. He's going to make it. He's going to go to the flag. He's going to give the fans the bird and then walk back and be like, oh, my God, this is actually going to happen. Like Tottenham might lose this. Yeah.
Right. Ugh.
It's all mine. It's all whoops. Now, get ready for the next 2 hours as we discuss.
You got any more beer in there?
No.
But I'm going to shoot some heroin.
Man City obliterate Chelsea. What
Dominate
is going on? Man City couldn't even beat Arsenal this way. Like, this is, and they beat Arsenal pretty good. This was insane and could have been. There was a crazy game that weekend in Europe, or maybe it was South America. I forget that went up to like 9 or 10 goals. This could have gone to 8.
Oh, yeah. And you know what was so weird is prior to this game, NBC Sports is saying, hey, there are 14 people left in their new predictor game, which is the most I think they've had going into a final game out of the 5. 0 after the first half were still in the hunt because nobody saw this score coming.
I think the balls you would have said would have been like 3-0 Man City. Yeah. You would never 6-0.
There was what, 4 in the first half? Is that what it was?
What? I mean, Sarri has already said getting the team to be motivated against another good team is very hard. But you're seeing the Sarri out stuff. But it's not like the Wenger out stuff where you had a lot of talented players on a team and it just felt like it was slipping away somehow. This is more like Sarri out, sure, and about 80% of the club. Like there does not feel like the fans aren't necessarily just all getting behind a Sarri out thing.
It's a mix. It's a mess.
Yes, it feels like it's just
a mess.
Please hit Alt Control Delete and restart this thing. Like
real quick before we get to Ron, because I'm sure he's
because the headline is again Ron question mark.
What a job by Sergio Aguero ties Alan Shearer's Premier League hat trick with 11
and he was like third or fourth in the Golden Boot hunt, and now is tied.
So he's tied with Shearer for 11 hat tricks in the Premier League. What a job here, and he ran wild. So
it's a new hairdo, man.
City man, 6-0.
Yeah, every time he changes his hair. He goes crazy.
But this didn't feel like City's back on fire. Liverpool better watch out.
No.
This felt like Chelsea played their under 21s.
Yeah.
No, that's not fair. I think they'd have been more passionate.
Played their academy team.
Yeah, I think they'd have been more passionate. The academy team would have been excited to be on the pitch with Kevin De Bruyne. Like, they'd have been having a good time. This is...
Do you guys have stats in front of you at all right now?
All right,
No, don't. I have a little guessing match for you.
Okay, go ahead.
For what are we doing here?
Chelsea...
We got another what happened
to Chelsea.
What the
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are 2 stats in which Chelsea was better than Manchester City in this match.
It should be fun.
Which 2 were they?
It's not. It could have been possession with as high scoring as Man City was, but I don't think it's possession. Is it passing? Passing. That's...
Blake says passing.
I'm the passing for
1. Number of saves by a goalkeeper.
And I'm going to go shots.
There's no way.
I actually think there's shots. I think there's shots and shots on target weren't that far off from each other.
You have to have
I'm going to go shots.
All right. So you have tackles and
saves. Yeah.
You have
passing and shots.
Ferris wins.
Shot. Oh, both of them?
Nope, just one. Tackles 22-12.
Yeah, figured that much.
Offsides 1-2.
Good for them.
Other than that, we were.
What were the shots? What was the shot spread?
9 to Manchester. Shots on target. 9 to Manchester City. 4 to Chelsea. Total shots 15-12.
See, but 15-12. That's not that. That's what I knew that wasn't that too far off.
Higuain likes himself offsides a lot. I don't know if you noticed that. He loves to play in the offside position.
Not only that. Okay, if we're going to get into it, we're going to get into it.
At some point, it's
not only Higuain's fault.
Oh, no.
Somebody is supposed to be looking up and seeing when he's making that run and deliver that ball over the top or the frisky ball through, and we were having none of that. So, of course, he was offsides a ton. This was the 4-alarm fire in the Chelsea dressing room.
Don't you mean the 6-alarm fire?
Booyah.
That essentially says the club is hemorrhaging. The vultures are circling, and no one seems to be talking about a solution. There's a lot of rumors that Sarri's going to lose his job.
do you? But again, unless you're talking about getting rid of a ton of players, it's not an easy.
Keep firing coaches, like one after another. Like,
right? No, I'm with you. So
I have an answer, but I'll wait till you're done. No, man, I got a coach answer.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh God, here this be good.
So a lot of Chelsea fans are saying that they should that Chelsea should swap Sarri for the ladies coach team because she is kicking ass. So they're saying, hey, you should just swap her out for Sarri. She would do a way better
busy
job.
smoking cigarettes on the side of the
in his PJs.
Sarri should coach Vardy. I feel like they get along real well.
The buzzards are starting to circle. We have AC Milan looking for, or I'm sorry, Real Madrid is getting ready to put in an offer on N'Golo Kante.
That'd be a good signing for them.
Yeah, it would be. There is just,
I saw something that was ridiculous.
What's that?
That Zinedine Zidane could come and coach Chelsea. The man just won multiple Champions League with,
I think 2 years ago, yes,
Real Madrid. You think he wants to come to a Abramovich club that's just in chaos with Hazard wanting to leave?
I think you just said it though. I think the Abramovich situation is going to scare a lot of people.
He can't even get into the damn country at the current moment, right? Or is there?
That's
is he
true. He's still
sitting out in the.
And let's be honest, Man U has got a coach right now. Currently has a coaching vacancy at the end of this season. Zidane would push for that before he,
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to happen, but that's the link of that's who's going to come in and save Chelsea. It's possible, I guess, because Abramovich has money, but will they even allow his cash into the country now?
He's got money, but he can't buy a striker.
Right. Well,
yeah. I think the only way that someone like Zidane would come in to coach Chelsea is just to be able to say that I turned this wreckage of a dumpster fire of a team around, and now they're a winning team. But he's already proved himself with a club way more prestigious. It's just a complete and total mess. Answer. And I think it's two things that are roughly equally rated or weighted, I should say. One, the players are obviously not playing up to snuff. They don't like Sarri for whatever reason. And so, as we've seen in the past, the players just basically suck so that they can get a new coach. But the problem is that they keep doing this and they keep getting coaches they don't like.
Yeah, that's why you pull a Man United
and get
Frank Lampard.
So, I agree and disagree in that. That's been through the rumor mill a few times.
Oh, it's back up strong now.
Derby's doing quite well in championship.
They just, they just lost out in the FA Cup. Yeah. But Frank Lampard, it would have it would give you breathing room like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer over at Ole
Gunnar Solskjaer. See, I can say it.
He's beloved at Man United. It gave breathing room. If Man United was still fighting for 9th place, like they were with Jose Mourinho, they would still love him right now. Do you know what I mean? It gave them breathing room.
It's too late to make that switch now. You just get to the end of the year now. It's too we brought in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at a good time.
Right, but I'm saying, but you give as Ron was saying about Arsenal, I think you keep your fans invested and willing to give it some breathing space by pulling him in. It turns out he's been very good so far, but I think a Lampard, because any move next for Chelsea, this is like a multi-year rebuilding situation. Lampard might give you some breathing room, even if he isn't a long-term answer.
And they have a pattern of doing that. If you remember a few years back, they brought in Roberto Di Matteo and ended up winning the Champions League with him, a former Chelsea player who brought a little bit of life. Now you also had a completely different team. You had John Terry at the back and Drogba up front and Lampard in the center, and you had a good core there. But no, I don't. That's not a bad idea there.
I love it. Actually, that was
I would hate to get rid of him at this point, or hate to lose him at this point.
Our Liverpool buddy Jason Horn. That was actually his thrust thing. Was they should pull a Man United and get the people and fans reinvested and excited. Yeah, because Frank Lampard, the first time he would walk out on that pitch,
legend,
it would melt down, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that is kind of only. It's either. You just admit that this season is a giant dumpster fire and Sarri knows that his job is done at the end of the year, you're going to most likely have to get rid of some players.
Well, I was just checking. I searched Lampard, and literally the first top story from 7 hours ago on Sky Sports was Zinedine Zidane and Frank Lampard considered to replace Maurizio Sarri at Chelsea. That's the two headlines.
Yeah, the crappy thing.
Good job for Lampard being listed in that.
Right.
Next to Zidane. Good on you, buddy.
The crappy thing is that no one is talking about. Well, the headline is we're going to get rid of Sarri or who's going to replace Sarri. Not this is a terrible blemish on all these players who are playing who are so underperforming.
And a continued blemish. This is not the first time they've done this.
Right.
So at what point did Blake or somebody said it? What point did you clear out everything? Like there's just 80% of the
Christian
club
Pulisic walks into an empty locker room.
That's right. He's coming to them in the summer, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
in my opinion, there's very few people you keep. You keep Christensen because he has worked his balls off.
I don't mind Christensen.
Alonso because Alonso has also worked his nuts off.
He has great hair too.
He certainly does. You clean out pretty much. Higuain. You keep him because you just got him, and he's actually the guy
you keep. I don't think Kepa's to blame in a lot of this.
No, you keep him.
Wait, Brian, do you have another beer?
No.
All right, you guys keep talking. I need another beer because it's a good conversation, and I happen to have one. So
lovely.
A bonus beer. You guys, you keep going.
Bonus beer. But really, you don't keep many others. Your stars.
I know what he's grabbing. I can only guess.
Uh-oh. What is happening? Uh-oh. The dynamic duo over here are whispering to each other. Whatever you're thinking, you both suck.
It's actually not what he's going to grab, but
this is going to be the mystery swear because I just swore and he's out of the room.
True. what minute are we on? Can you see the screen
I don't know.
there?
Hold on.
We're a mess right now.
4850. 4850. Write that down.
Good year. What? Huh?
But again, there should be more focus on the fact that the players are just rolling over. You have to get rid of Hazard. You have to get rid of Willian. What's his name with the hair in the defense?
Alonso?
No, not Alonso. The other guy with the
the Simpsons looking character.
Yes,
David Luiz.
Thank you, David Luiz. It's time to go. You have some heart, but you're too busy getting frustrated and making stupid fouls and hurting the team.
I think I was hearing a lot of pundits, and it's absolutely right. Sarri doesn't change the way he plays. You don't adapt to the game.
Right. That was my next
point. And one of the big things with that, and people have noticed it, and it's really becoming true. Why is Jorginho playing what is that Conte spot? Conte is what won
from the beginning.
Leicester City a title. What won Chelsea a title. Yep. Why is Conte not playing a preferred spot? Why are you playing him off to the right or to the left in midfield? Yes, he'll do good. Yes, he'll run all over the place and be a little gnat everywhere. But he's not controlling the game. Like Jorginho's too slow. Doesn't have the legs. Doesn't. Right. Yes, he has a good pass and he looks good on the ball, but you need a little bit more. And Conte knows the league and knows that position and can really link the defense and attack together. And right now, Jorginho's not doing that. He is fantastic of passing the ball from me to you and getting 700 stats from me to you to Blake, like all with this little triangle of things here. But he's not connecting the defense and the offense enough.
He's also got no forward vision and no creativity.
Who are we talking about?
Jorginho. And I remember saying this when we first got him and Sarri moved N'Golo Kante. It was, okay, give it a whirl and see. But I don't understand why the lazy tactical play of Sarri wasn't changed when he saw that it's not working. Look, you've lost
3-0 in the first 25 minutes.
Well, not only that, I'm talking about since we've had him.
Yeah.
Right? You've lost 5 of your last 10 in all competitions. Clearly, the tactical mindset that you have for the team is not good. nor is it what the players are used to playing. You're playing too many people out of position. They don't understand how they link up anymore. They don't. You can see the midfield breakdown,
and they don't
between the
care to
midfield,
figure it out.
Yeah, well, in some ways, I think the players are like at a point where they're saying, we told you this isn't going to work. You won't listen to us. So fine. We're just going to go out here and kick the ball around. And to a very small degree, I kind of get that, because
you would get that if they haven't had the pattern of behavior that they've had in the past few seasons, though.
Correct. But why is it that, look, Sarri's not winning very much.
He was.
Not well. It is his history in Chelsea. He's not winning. So
is it hashtag not sorry? Because I really want it to be.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, hashtag sorry, not sorry. Is that trend? Is that?
I don't know.
We're gonna do that.
It has to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I just don't understand how a manager doesn't look at the record and do everything he can to turn it around. Yes, he can bitch that the players are hard to motivate, and they are.
Dude, when you play for a movie villain Russian oligarch,
right?
I mean,
life should be easy.
Or it's difficult.
Well, and you haven't noticed it, to your point, Ron, you haven't noticed it throughout the entire season, where they were once third in the table, they are now sixth in the table.
And I would say, where do you think they'll end up at?
In sixth. That's honestly where I think.
I think they're gonna go a little further.
No, I don't think Wolves are going to catch Chelsea. There's an 11-point gap there. They could, but I think Chelsea will. How the table looks right now, with Man City, Liverpool second, Tottenham third, United fourth, back in the top four, might I add, Arsenal fifth, and Chelsea sixth. I think that's how it's going to end right there.
And I'll say that with Arsenal, on paper, not having as complete a team as Chelsea will pull that off. On paper, I feel like you guys have a better setup.
Yeah.
It's an overall team. I know you were missing a striker situation, but
we're in that place where, and obviously to a worse extent because our morale is just terrible. But a number of years ago, where Manchester City had all this phenomenal talent, but no one could link things together. They weren't playing as a team. They were playing as individuals.
Yeah, we said there was all-star team where they don't know each other. They just got together. Yeah.
That's how this is devolving. And I think we've fallen out of that spot where Manchester City was, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years ago. Right.
Under Pellegrino.
Yeah. Now we're just completely imploding. Our manager, rightly and wrongly, is blaming the players and not looking at himself for how he can make the team better. The team is still like, well, this sucks. It's not going to work. And so they go out there already defeated.
Step in. I still think the Frank Lampard thing is a great choice in the sense of we are getting to a point of what coach, if they go, manager goes, man, look at the last, does no one like working here? It looks like it. Maybe I don't want to do this.
So,
and
that's also, think about being Christian Pulisic.
Oh, man.
He's contracted to come in during the summer. What is going through his mind?
Oh, he doesn't even know what's
watching this team completely implode.
He's like, I love London. I get to see the bridge. I get to see MI6. I get to
but if Lampard's
shop in the Abbey, I get to do all sorts of fun stuff.
Lampard's his coach. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got to be Lampard.
Now, here's the thing with Lampard, though. You are right. Back. It is a huge...
Mourinho back for round 3.
Bring Mourinho
back. If that happened, God, I'd be so happy.
Oh, that would be so
nice to have him back in the Premier League. Oh, my
God. Just back where he belongs, at the Temple of Evil. Get Costa back.
Right?
Man.
Would be awesome.
The only thing...
I changed my vote. I want Mourinho back.
The only thing I'm worried about them bringing Lampard back for would be if they're going to give him the tools and support him. Because pretty much every manager since the first time Jose Mourinho left has basically said, we don't get support. Antonio Conte said that.
Mourinho said that?
Yeah, Mourinho said that. Who's the guy that took over for Mourinho? White hair, Gus.
Goose Hitting.
Oh, Goose Hitting.
I was everybody except for Roberto Di Matteo and Carlo Ancelotti is pretty much
So
in the sentiment there, or at least in the past few years.
If you bring Lampard in, you have to support him. Whether he wants to can players, no matter what he wants to do, you're gonna have to go all in. Because if you don't, it's just going to be business as usual. You're going to slip out of Champions League. Your fans are going to be absolutely furious. And the Chelsea worldwide brand is just being tarnished.
PlayStation's like, why did we put them in that commercial?
Which, I mean, to that point of like Lampard, I think could do that. I think he would have so much respect at the club from both the fans and the Russian billionaire out in the channel that's sitting out there on his yacht.
Is he allowed to be back? Is he back? He's back, right?
Don't care. That he would command that respect to be like, hey, we need to clear house and I need 200 mil to buy Icardi and Perisic and Koulibaly and whoever else you can name that is out there as a main target. Lampard could do that.
He could, but not if he's not supported. He's just going to be the same thing as sorry. You're going to be sorry. You're going to
sorry, not sorry.
You're going to get that bump from having a new manager, and then that's going to fall off pretty quick.
Yeah.
I was trying to do a whistle and I couldn't.
And then we all managed to do it.
Yeah, we did.
Hello, hello, hello.
So currently we are a big blue dumpster fire.
Blue flame burns the hottest? That's true, Ron? You would know that better than I do.
Yes, a blue flame does burn hotter than anything except a white flame.
There you go. And that's the other end of the spectrum because Fulham are on the white side of things and they're all to hell. So yeah.
So we're moving a little FA Cup and Champions League, but I needed another beer.
Hey, it works for me, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, you had a good idea.
I did have a good idea.
But Ron is so upset. It would have been a bad to add. He's like,
I would have thrown that white and blue fire onto it.
Do you have a sour? Do you have a sour?
Oh, you son of a you sandbagging son of a
He said he had one in the fridge. So I was like, I bet you that's what he's going to get. Just to pour a little salt in the wounds there.
I just thought of it. No,
Ferris, normally I like you, but today you're a stick.
I can give it back a little bit. There's all this that I've taken on here for.
No, you're right. Doesn't mean I can't call you a
absolutely.
stick.
Absolutely not. Or absolutely. And then while Ake was gone, Ron said something. I don't know what the hell he said. And we're like, ooh, there's nobody here to record the minute and seconds at which we have to bleep out what we said.
I like your note.
So Ron had to get up and go over there.
Wrote bad word Ron.
Yeah, that's all
like a caveman.
I have no clue what he said.
Bad word Ron.
I think I said
Yeah, you did.
Twice. Or was it
Hey, either way, I was justified.
Yeah. All right. So what beer you
got? So I decided to go with some a brewery that needs no introduction, so we keep it nice and sweet. Move on with our conversations. This is a new seasonal offering. Believe it's seasonal. It's not. It's part of one of their packs. It's part of just a 12-pack from Sierra Nevada, from both California and North Carolina. A style that you and I had never had until we went to Castle Church Brewery, and they had.
No kidding.
They had an IPA Brut.
Do they?
And I couldn't believe when I walked in the grocery store and saw, because I had never heard of a Brut IPA. We said, what's that? And they're like, it is an IPA brewed so dry like a champagne. And here I am in our little Publix, and I was like, does that say Brut IPA by Sierra Nevada? Crazy. I'd never heard of the style before. And now, one of your largest, like macro, not a macro brew, but a large micro brew, has it. So just real quick, their spring seasonal Brut IPA. It's an extra dry IPA from Sierra Nevada. This is our Brut IPA, a new take on IPA brewed with a bone dry champagne style finish. Late hop additions give the beer balanced bitterness and a bright pop of citrus flavor. It is intriguing as it is drinkable. Gentlemen, this, as far as like just a give me anytime beer to have, is way up there on the list for me. I really am digging this beer.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, so let's pop this bad boy open. Because you guys need, I've had this. I love this. But you guys got to give this a try.
I'm excited. All right, let me find it.
Sorry, I was taking pictures.
There you go.
Where'd the one go that I had here for the longest
right
time?
Here? It was sitting over there.
I also had another one. No.
Right here.
No, the one that I had on my
your magnet?
yeah. Where the hell that one went?
So this pours really really light pale, just like the one that we had at Castle Church Brewery.
Thank you, Ron.
It's a Brute Clark. That's your Christmas IPA. This is super yellow, gold, and clear. Like it's very, and it is brewed super dry, as it said. So you definitely get that. Not that it tastes like champagne, but that dryness from a champagne.
Wow, it is super clear straw color.
It's just a little darker than a champagne.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's close, but I just dug this style. Another one of theirs that's a favorite of mine is the Ruthless Rye.
Oh, that was the one that inspired us to do that rye that we did.
And then they stopped selling it in 12 packs. They only do it in the little gift pack. I hate that. I hate your gift packs. And when you make them, I love you, Sierra Nevada. Don't put the regular ones in there.
Yeah,
stop the regular
torpedo
one
in there.
I'll buy the regular, or when it's worse, the regular pale ale, the torpedo, and then 2 different ones. You're like, dude,
what the hell?
Yeah, I know. All right, here you go, gents. Cheers.
All right, cilantro. Good idea, Blake. Ooh, that is very good.
That's fun,
right? I mean,
I was not expecting that. I was expecting much more dry, much more bland taste.
The hops are up front, smelling them, but they don't.
Yeah,
they don't hit.
Nice. It's a smooth finish.
Very smooth. Like
it's like
even a little upturn of malt, like right at the end.
I don't want to say it's a clean, crisp finish. It's more of a. Does that sound awkward? A nice wet finish.
It's not. Yeah. Well, which is weird because it's brewed dry, but
yeah.
But there's something about it.
It's liquid, so it is inherently.
Yeah, I understand that. Thank you, Ron.
But there is something about it, and like we had the one at Castle Church Brewery. I was like, this is unlike anything I've had because it's got such a. The finish is so specific and to the point.
It's really good.
It's cool, man.
And it's as drinkable as a good Pilsner.
Yeah.
Just slightly hoppier.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
They've made they make some good stuff. What was the Oktoberfest we had this year?
That the one they did with Weistenhofen, the dual brewery.
Oh, that was their celebration.
Weistenhofen.
Their Christmas beer celebration is also.
Oh, every Christmas it's phenomenal. Not Christmas until I get the celebration beer. Yeah. But yeah, another good one. Their spring brute IPA.
Well done.
Delicious. All right. Moving on to FA Cup 5th round. So we got a bunch of scores to give out here. So Queen's Park Rangers, or as the great Louis Van Gaal said, Queen's Park Raisins.
That's right.
They play against Watford, and Watford wins.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, Louis Van Gaal, bring him back.
Yep.
But they lose to Watford by 1 goal.
Yep, good one for Watford.
5th round of the FA Cup. I'll start moving through some of these if you guys want to talk about them. Just let me know. Brighton Hove Albion 2-1 over Derby County. Coached by Lampard. Speaking of,
good game.
Good game, yeah.
Derby
fun
punched
game.
above their weight to get there.
Yeah.
Brighton Hove Albion
started off good.
Actually better than they've been looking in the Premier League lately.
And Knockhart finally gets on the score sheet. He hasn't been on the score sheet in ages.
We've been waiting for that for quite some time. Yeah. Brighton definitely on the front foot in this whole match. Very exciting link-up play.
And they're sitting at 14th in the Premier League right now.
Got a little dicey in the second half. Ashley Cole on his debut, actually, for Derby. Remember, he made the transfer move from LA Galaxy to join Lamps out in Derby, and he scored on his debut. He's 7,500 years old.
And won.
And we won. Kind of related, not related, 7 degrees of English soccer here. Derby County was the team that was spied upon by Leeds, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? This past week, the FA fined Leeds £200,000 for that, which means you really can't do that. If they're fining you, it means you broke some sort of laws.
And Leeds isn't a huge club. That's an enormous fine.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope the spying was worth it.
Right, so you get knocked out of FA Cup, but the team that spied on you is down $200K.
Work for the Patriots.
That's a player right there, essentially, for Leeds, you know?
Work for the Patriots, just saying. This is a big one.
Yeah.
AFC Wimbledon lose to Millwall.
Millwall hang on, because they scored in the 8th minute, and they hang on.
Yeah. like the famous "F you, we're Millwall." Like, they shouldn't have won this.
Yeah.
They didn't have the possession, 46-54, and they just barely hang on to this.
This is that was a true magic of the FA Cup. You know, AFC Wellington's not a small club. No. Next up, we've got Newport County get destroyed, not as bad as Chelsea did against Man City 4-1.
It took City in the second half to kind of get on the score sheet and get going. Newport County played very well in the first half, and good for them. But Jens, what is that I hear? A golden goal tiebreaker round of what the what? It's the FA Cup. Part Trace. All right, so if you remember,
oh my gosh,
Ron won the first ever what the hell's the holding it?
What the FA Cup?
Thank you. And Blake won the second round. So we have a single game golden goal rule to decide it all.
Oh wow,
Jesus!
In the 2019 inaugural what the what? It's the FA Cup. All right, gentlemen.
Man, this has been game shows galore today.
Man, your battleships. Okay, so although Man City won, what league? Remember, you get a point for
the league,
right,
and then another for where they are at, or how closest to how far away they are from it.
Right. Now, if it's tied, so say you get the league and you get the points, the tiebreaker
PKs?
will be decided by the closest to the hole on the places.
Gotcha.
Or wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Just thought that out loud because that would get you the point to begin with. I don't know how I'm going to decide that.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get there. It's a game in for progress.
Wow.
All right. So what
That's
league?
all right. I screwed up my
That's
scoring
true.
for you guys.
Yeah,
so I have nothing to say.
Not game shows at all. What league, gentlemen, is Newport County in?
So for those listening at home, you start the Premier League, then you go to Championship League, then you go League One, League Two, League Three,
National League, I think.
then National League.
No. There's no League Three. Just
right,
League
Championship, League 1, 2, National League, because the fifth league at top is Premier League.
Correct.
Yes, okay. With there being 20 teams in Premier League, 24 in the rest, except for...
that's it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say Newport is in League 1.
Ron?
I think he took my answer.
Damn, this beer's good.
I'll go with League 2.
Ron with point.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, wow. I didn't think they were that low.
They are.
That's a big game for them.
Okay. So, gentlemen.
Because Man City had to come to them.
Correct.
Yeah, big time.
How many... Oh, I have a good tiebreaker after this. If for some reason, Blake, you get this right. How many league places is between Manchester City, currently atop of the Premier League, and Newport County in League 2?
So, okay, so I'm going to say, oh no, League 2. Crap. I was about to say something really stupid. I just do my math poorly. So that would be then another. Ooh. We had one around this level, but I can't believe we're going to have another one. We might because Man City was this high. 83.
Ooh. I'm playing the Price is Right. 85.
The tiebreaker may have just decided itself.
84.
It is 83 on the dot. On the dot.
Wow.
If you remember, I gave Blake an extra point last time for getting it exactly right. He was the only one. But if you don't want to do it that way, what place in League 2 is Newport County in?
What place in League 2?
Well, now you just have to do math.
Well, no, just go.
They're 20. No, they're 17th. 8. Yeah, there we go.
17th. I'm going to go with 13.
You make this difficult. They're in 15th. That's right. Blake won the damn thing. He guessed it exactly right.
That's amazing. That is hysterical.
Blake, congratulations on the first ever What the What. It's the FA Cup.
So Ron has the last of the butternut squash beer we had?
I believe that was.
That the word?
That was not in the plan here.
But I was going to try to say, and you guys would have never guessed this, but what are some of the nicknames of Newport County? The Exiles, the Ironsides, the Port, the County. And their ground is Rodney Parade and Rodney Road, Newport, Wales. What a fun club. Too bad they're out of
And Man City had to come play them. That's awesome.
Yeah, how cool is that? Great payday for the club there. That just
And if you were a fan going to watch that as a Newport County team or a Newport County supporter.
Yeah, and going into the half 0-0.
Yeah.
You must have been buzzing at that time.
Totally
Absolutely.
pumped. Having eyes by the goal.
So drunk. All right, moving on. That was a fun surprise round. What the FA Cup
lightning round.
Trace. Next we have Bristol City at home. They host the Wolves, another Premier League team coming to a smaller club, and the Wolves win 1-0.
Premier League teams and the higher seeded teams in this really got their way. Not by a lot of 1-0s in this, but they are starting to show a little bit of depth here.
And that continues with Doncaster Rovers hosting Crystal Palace, and they lose 1-0.
Good win for Palace. Good. Good chance. I'm sorry. That game was actually 2-0. That is incorrect. It was actually 2-0 to Palace, but a good way and a good cup run from Palace, I think, is what the fans need. And hopefully they can concentrate on both the Premier League to stay up and make a good quarterfinal appearance coming up.
That moves us to no Premier League club, but Swansea City 4 versus Brentford 1.
Yeah, and this was really a second half game. It was a very, very dull game to start, and Brentford went in 1-0 up, and then whatever the Swansea manager told them, they came out firing. I actually watched this game. I was watching the Doncaster game for the first half, and then it was 2-0, and you're like, okay, fine. I'll switch over. And I was like, oh, Brentford up 1-0, okay. And then Swansea just came out firing, and it was all the Swans after that.
It was kind of nice to see that again.
Yeah.
The Swans were like that in the Premier League at one time.
Yeah, well, they played a little bit more attractive, and they scored some goals, and then the Bob Bradley years and all of that, they went down. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, too, didn't he? No, he was somebody else. Never
mind. And then finally, we have, for the lovely fans at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, the biggest game of the round.
They get to watch Manchester United come visit, and Chelsea loses.
No, they watched Pogba come visit.
Fair enough.
Pogba is... man, he can change games.
He just ran rampant through that field like we weren't even there.
Beautiful assist to Herrera for the first goal, and then just a good pass outlet and just passing and making a move. Instead of standing still, he made a run towards the box, and Rashford put in a beautiful cross to him and diving header.
Maybe the craziest thing. Not even the overall at Manchester United, but the difference in Pogba from Mourinho to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
And this is what he can be. This is what he was at
what he was in the French national team, the World Cup that had just happened. Yeah,
he's a game changer. He can change games, and he did this away at the Bridge. He had the assist and he had the goal, but it wasn't so much that he put his name on the score sheet, but he hustled. He was everywhere. I love to watch him run. He looks just like a gazelle just running up in the field. He has such a nice high pure stride, and he just glides across.
I miss his commercial where he opens the door in robe and orders something I don't understand. Do you guys remember that commercial?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the hot tub one where he's just running down the street.
That was the Bolt. Was that you saying Bolt?
No, because the old woman screams,
I thought it was
no, it was.
I thought it was the Italian player.
Balotelli? Was it Balotelli?
No.
I don't know who the hell it was.
We gotta look that up.
It was Pogba because the old woman, as he's running down the street.
It was not Pogba.
Okay, you're right.
We're looking that up. Ron's about to lose round 3.
Yeah, Ron's.
I don't know how you look this up. Hot soccer player.
It was a Puma commercial.
Yes. Which one thinks it's Balotelli because of
right? And Pogba's not Puma. He's Adidas, and he has been Adidas for a while. But yeah, a good game from United, and we have not had the easiest of ties in the FA Cup. Oh God, who was our fourth round? We had a Premier League team. that we dispatched. And then we had Arsenal last round that we dispatched, and now Chelsea. And then and
this is a bad loss for Chelsea in the sense of, if you're going to try to keep the job, your FA Cup might have been your shot at it.
Yeah, and you just lost quite handily a week before that to City, and now you lose 2-0 at home. Not like it was away. But I think that shows that Chelsea just not interested anymore from the players.
Usain Bolt and Mario Balotelli in hot tub for new Puma advert.
There it was.
I'm looking at
we both said those names.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that commercial because it was Pogba.
Balotelli is... No, I'm looking at him right now. He's with the two chicks in the hot tub. Yeah.
Not that one.
Yeah, that is...
And then the dog goes off and he chases the dog. Yeah.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Brosif. It is. Brosephine Angeli. It's this one right here. Boom. It's the Puma commercial with the
Puma.
dog.
Yep.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. Because
With
the one I'm
Usain
thinking
Bolt
of
and Mario
was
Balotelli.
in a daytime.
Oh, there was no the dog. That's nighttime.
I didn't say that. He did.
I said
That's not the one I'm talking about.
So now you tell me there's a Pogba hot tub commercial?
Yes.
Why haven't I seen this?
I don't know, because I think it doesn't exist if Ferris hasn't
Do
seen
you know
it.
what app I have, though, that is... do you know what app I have that's awesome and also very obnoxious that as soon as this game ended, I sent you guys a text of?
That's
the Pogmoji app. So obnoxiously awesome that it's worth a download. If you're any sort of a Pogba United fan or French fan or hot tub fan
In
or
fact,
whatever else.
you know what comes up? Usain Bolt and Mario Balotelli starting a Puma advert within a hot tub. Even when you
hold
search
on.
Pogba hot tub commercial.
Nope.
maybe you should spell his name right because it's Pogba.
And then with dab.
With the what?
The dab. What is that?
I have to search
What
with
are you
a
doing?
Pogmoji.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys remember Pogs back in the day?
The Slammers.
That's our new podcast.
90s game starring you.
The Pogcast. Does no one
Oh
do
my
this
God,
yet?
it's
We're going to
true.
buy that website.
Yeah,
We'll
we
sell
are,
it.
honey.
Someone wants it.
Then immediately following that game, actually like 2 minutes afterwards, the 6th round draw.
This
took place.
is good. Millwall versus Brighton and Hove Albion.
Yeah.
It's a good draw for Millwall with what's
Very
left.
good draw. Yeah, very good draw.
It's
Swansea
not
City
easy,
versus Man City.
but it's a good one.
Yeah. Battle of the cities.
Oh, Swan City, Man
versus
City. Poor Swan City.
Man City have had a very easy run in both
Yes,
the
they
Champions League and the FA Cup. My word.
Watford versus Crystal Palace. Good draw for Watford.
Yeah. Yep.
Wolves versus Man United.
The toughest team
actually
we can get besides City and the
That's probably a good game. That's
Like I said,
probably.
we have not had the easiest of runs. I'm trying to figure out who the hell we played in the first round of the FA Cup.
I mean, the
I
Wolves
know it was a
are.
Premier League team. I don't remember who the hell it was.
I think the
Oh no, it was not. It was not Derby County. Who's the other one? Damn it! I'll look it up. I can't remember.
It's under Hot Tub Puma commercial.
Right.
Either way,
Nottingham First. That's who it was.
the Wolves stand a good chance to give Manchester United a run for their money.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
they do.
Wolves
Absolutely.
are.
I don't know that they'll ultimately win it, but it's going to be a hard-fought win if Manchester United win it. 2-1,
Reading. Sorry, it was not them. Yeah.
Reading
might
was
be-
way off.
2-1, 2-2. It could be in there.
It's going to be tough. I don't remember who it is, what exactly, who's home and who's away. But yeah, it's a 6th round. I don't think it's the 6th round proper. I think it stopped at the 5th round. I could be wrong. 6th round quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Games to all be played, from my understanding, on 3/16. There might be one in there at 3/17, but Saturday 3/16 will be when all those games are played.
They're all 3/16 at 11 a.m.
Yep.
All at the same time.
I'll be damned. I'm off that day. So.
And then the semis are played on the 6th of April.
Yep. And then the finals usually in May.
Yeah, May 18.
So we'll
It's been a fun FA Cup so far.
Absolutely, it has.
It should continue to be so.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little UEFA Champions League.
It's back.
The champions.
Champion.
No one
I
does it
can't-
better
I-
than
yeah.
Paris. It's great. It's so great. When the first time we ever did it, I was like, I don't know what is he doing? Roma, they take on Porta. They win 2-1.
It's a good match.
These are all first legs, I should say. Sorry, round of 16.
First leg, round
legs,
of 16, correct?
which basically away goals count as 2. Or
Yes.
yes. Your away goals count for
Essentially,
more.
yes.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Um,
Unless you're in the MLS.
And that's true.
So it was a good. I believe. True.
Roma gets 2, Porto gets 1,
which
so
I
that
believe
means
they played.
They are
in Italy. So yeah, that's a good goal.
They are
for
tied
them,
right now.
No, technically, if it ended right now, Roma would still go through because that 2 outweighs the 1 of the away goal.
What do they count? It's like 1.5?
Right. Now, if they go back to Porto and Porto win 1-0,
it's tied.
No. Porto would go through because they have that 1 away goal.
Right. Oh, right.
If they go back to Porto and it's and they draw 1-1, Roma will go through because it's 3-2.
What's the math for this next club? Manchester United lose 0 at home versus PSG. Who, guys?
We need a lot of help.
No. This isn't about Man United. PSG looked amazing.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh,
and
man.
It looked amazing without Cavani.
Yeah.
Without Neymar.
They looked... So, yes, they're up 2-0 with the 2 away goals. That's a huge thing for Man United to overcome. And even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said after the match, I love his comment of, they are a tip-top team. Mm-hmm. So, well, you're disappointed, but now our guys can see that's what we want to be. We don't want to be top 4. We want to be the top. Yeah. That's what you got to aspire to be. And I was like, man, even in a loss, certainly, and of course, this is his first loss.
Yeah.
But no one's like
to a top team.
Not just a
top team in
God,
Europe.
They look PSG looks phenomenal.
A top 3 team in all the whole of Europe.
Yeah.
And it's no time to panic here. It's not.
No. I just mean this. I mean, forget not panicking. His press conference following still was inspiring. That's what I mean. It's impressive out of it.
And it's his first loss, right?
Right. And yes. And even then you have to kind of look at it in perspective. Yes, PSG did not have 2 of the top goal scorers that they have. However, United aren't all because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in. They're not the world's best team all of a sudden. Yes, they have talent, and yes, they can play. And a lot of those players like Pogba and Martial and so on are starting to play up to it.
Can those players play? Because
they can, absolutely they can.
Oh, I think Alexis Sanchez, those Chilean thighs have flown.
I didn't say Alexis Sanchez in that.
I know. I'm just saying. Right. You said these players can still play. I'm like, can they?
Yes,
they
can. I think Sanchez still can play. He's just in a really bad spell right now. Really bad spell.
I think
we've seen what he can do. We've seen what he can do.
Load him, or you guys look silly at the offseason.
That's fine. If we offload him, that's fine. What he can still play.
Is wrong with him? Even Rebecca Lowe said it a week or 2 ago.
It's just confidence.
She was like, he's gone.
It's just confidence.
He is gone. And that was a dude that could come in and change a game.
Just confidence. I don't.
Send him to Chelsea.
But what's bizarre about that, when that's happening under Jose, people aren't looking at him. Now they're looking at the rest of the club coming to life under Ole Solskjaer, and
God bless you.
They're like, why isn't he on board with what in the world is his problem? Everybody else is coming to life.
It's him. It's just a confidence thing at this point.
Yeah, and I don't know. It doesn't really seem like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has.
Well done, Ron.
Thanks. Has really given him the chance. Now I don't know.
I wouldn't give him the chance.
But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer also
hold on.
I know. Go ahead.
I don't know that Alexis Sanchez is earning the chance on the practice pitch and any times that he's subbed in. I don't know that he's earning it, which for me just says that there's zero confidence in Alexis Sanchez, and that is essentially a holdover from everything he was experiencing under Mourinho.
Sanchez is in a position of he could have gone to some other big clubs coming out of Arsenal. Man U obviously is a big club. Another club like a Man U, I don't think he's picking him up next.
Send him to Chelsea. We'll take your tired and your poor.
I think he goes somewhere else. I'm not saying he goes to a bad club, but you know what I'm saying? Like where the Real Madrid's, whatever. I mean,
yeah.
But I
get you.
You know, also Lukaku. He's looking like he needs to go back to Everton. That's where he does well.
Hey, he's been a no-show for
the substitutes were him, right? Then Mata, then Sanchez.
The substitutes?
Yeah, in this
Mata
game
started in the PSG game.
Yes,
yeah,
in the PSG game.
Lukaku, Mata, Sanchez.
Boom! Look at that, man. Lukaku was
Lukaku.
Not as bad as Sanchez, I think. But right now, Sanchez and Ozil could go make a team together of what are we doing? We have all this talent and we're not showing anything for it.
Yep.
Let's make a little collection of people. Grab some folks from Chelsea onto that team. Just make a little team of superstars that can't play right now.
Bad news bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the quote that Solskjaer said a little bit ago, but it was basically along the lines of, he was asked why Sanchez wasn't doing, and he's like, Sanchez just has to find himself. I don't have the exact quote, and I can't find it, but it was something along those lines of
we always staring at his legs.
We can only do as much. It's up to Sanchez. He needs to find himself, and he needs to do. He needs to figure it out. It's not, we can only do so much here. And it's not because of the lack of now the confidence that we're giving him. It's on him. And it's right. He can still play. Sanchez can still play. He's shown us what he can do. Whether he finds that confidence at United in the summer, towards the end of the season, maybe. But he might find that at a PSG or a Bayern or whatever next club he goes to. He could find it there, and it'll show. He's also played a ton of football over the past few years. He's been from the Copa to Chilean CONMEBOL, or whatever those tournaments were, every summer there for a bit. World Cup qualifying. So he's played a lot of football. He's been injured a little bit too. Not an excuse. I still don't think he hasn't grabbed the chances that he's been given fully. And Solskjaer's right. He needs to just find himself right now.
So are Martial and Lingard still both injured?
They were injured in this game, and they're still both out.
So do you think Sanchez is going to step up?
No, I don't think I don't think he's going to. I think
who's going to take the spots?
Mata will play. I think
Mata and
Lukaku. Yeah.
That's rough.
No, I mean, no, it's okay. It's rough.
No, that's rough.
Okay, it's rough if you're. I don't know.
Who's your next max against?
Liverpool.
That's rough.
Okay.
Yeah, but Herrera's on fire.
I love Herrera. I think that Pogba, Matic, Herrera midfield is what I've been calling for so long. Because Herrera is such an industrious player. He works his ass off. He is a box-to-box midfielder that just sees the game well, puts in a tackle, has a little bit of bite to him, but possesses the ball well, keeps a calm head when he's on the ball. He doesn't always when he goes into a challenge or when he kind of rolls around a bit too much. But he is just a phenomenal player. And in the Chelsea game, you could see him make this run from midfield. He saw it before anybody else did. Hey, I'm open. I'm going to be open. Pass me the ball. He puts his hand up and runs. And good on Pogba for bringing his head up and seeing him and then playing him an awesome pass. But Herrera just sees the game so well. And he's been with the club now for a few years, and nobody's really given him the chance. And I think Solskjaer has seen what a lot of United fans has seen in Herrera. You give him a consistent run of games, and that midfield does not work as well. I do think it's a good mix, too, of Matic, Herrera, and Pogba all offer you something different. And Matic is that holding midfielder that will protect the back four. Herrera is that he will do anything from box to box. And by those two doing that, they then allow Pogba to have the freedom to just play his game. And that is a great midfield. You tie that in with a on-form Rashford, Martial at the time, maybe even a Lingard. And that's part of why we've done so well in the past 10 games. Or, whatever it was.
Well, not to beat a dead Portuguese man when he's been already canned.
Speaking of which,
but
did you see him fall in the KHL league? wasn't
Jose
that?
Mourinho just
drops the puck and then drops to his ass.
It was perfect. The players that he spent a ton of money on to acquire have not paid out.
I beg to differ. Lindelof looks like every bit of that signing now.
Sweet, so he gets one. I mean,
Sure.
that's a lot of money he dropped.
Sure.
Like,
Matic, he signed Matic. He looks good. I'm hesitant to go. I don't know who much further, but
yeah, but that's what I'm
Matic,
saying. Like, I mean,
Lindelof.
it's always a situation. Again, I don't know.
A lot looks up and coming.
I don't know who hires
sure.
Jose next because you feel like you're digging out of a hole.
Yeah.
And of course, he was killing the young guys in the club.
Yeah.
It's such a strange situation.
You know where he should go? It would be
Chelsea, part 3. That's it right there. After you fair said it, that needs to happen.
I want him to be a commentator, a live color analyst, because I would watch every single game.
He seems like a very LA Galaxy next manager.
He has said MLS before. He
does love him some California too. That's where he would take the team every
drink his
summer.
Heineken, and hey, we're sponsored by Heineken, so he can still match night. The MLS is.
He's standing on top of his mansion in Malibu, screaming match night.
If you put him as a commentator, you would have to pair him with like a Wenger. And they would be the two. Remember when the Premier League used to do the two fans?
God, I would watch that.
Yeah,
that would be brilliant.
That would be so fun. Or a Louis Van Gaal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because then it would
No, that's the third person. It's 3. That's the third person in the room.
A 3-man booth with those. Yeah.
Okay.
One person Jose likes, the other person Jose hates. It'd be perfect.
Absolutely.
I do think Wenger is like in Monaco right now, sipping on some brandy. Like, I may have fizzled a bit on the way out, but I will always be loved.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I can go back to that stadium tomorrow and they'll standing ovation. If they announced him back to, I didn't even know what happened. I want him back at Chelsea now. Sorry, Lampard, you're out.
I agree.
You're out.
I don't.
Of course you don't.
Moving on to some more of the UEFA Champions League. Ajax 1 hosting Real Madrid 2.
Did you say Ajax?
Ajax.
Yes,
like the cleaning solution.
Yes, I understand that.
Every time I see it, to me, it's Ajax.
Okay,
Ajax, one of the most
Leicester.
prestigious clubs in the.
No, because I have the cheese. That's Leicester. But every time I see that, I just want to imagine that they've got like their sponsor is like the Ajax cleaning stuff across the front of their thing.
We're a squeaky clean team.
Funny.
A good win from Real Madrid, 2 away goals in this.
No, Ajax no slouch either.
No, they're not. They're
but they could stand to clean up in this game.
Okay. Welcome to Dad Joke Central over here.
They definitely, Real Madrid came in and scoured the competition.
But they take a 2-1, 2 away goals, lead back home.
Don't mix Ajax with bleach because it'll kill you.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. All right, okay.
Tottenham 3, Borussia Dortmund 0.
What a result from Tottenham.
Wow. That's the story of the week for champions, or the story of the whole this round of Champions League. Wow. Tottenham, I mean, Dortmund were a lot of people's favorites going into the Champions League. That was a huge win. That is a hole Dortmund has got to dig out of.
What was the stat I saw? It's Tottenham's first home win in the knockout stages of the championship. Technically. That's a
halfway
good stat for Tottenham, especially with the season that you're like, okay, they're kind of falling off. They're this, that,
and Harry Kane's
they're still
injured.
Third, and exactly. They're still third in. They're not playing at home, and the Harry Kane's injured. You can add them all up, and yet they beat a very good Borussia Dortmund team, who is right now still top of the Bundesliga. Although Bayern are hot on their heels, and Dortmund just drew yesterday 0-0, and are not looking like the Dortmund they were for the first half of the year. But nonetheless,
they're struggling. They
are, and that scares me a little bit. But Tottenham. What a win in this, and just a big win. Yes, it's 3 home goals, so it's not so insurmountable that Borussia Dortmund can't overcome it when they go to what is a very just Signal Iduna Park is just a fortress of just loud fans, yellow, black, flags waving, flares going.
I want to go see a match
I would
there
love
so
to see
bad.
a game there. That'd be amazing.
Oh, but so much.
It's not. Borussia could put 3 past, and then we're going into extra time. They could put 4 past Tottenham. Who knows? I don't think it's going to happen. I think Tottenham, as long as they go in with a good plan and keep...
And a guy Harry came back, like Ron just said.
Right, and don't just kind of let it drop off when they go to Dortmund. I think they get through. But a very good win here from the Spurs.
And some other games, Liverpool, Bayern Munich today, they drew 0-0 full time. That's kind of a surprise, actually.
And so did Barcelona and Olympique Lyonnais. 0-0 too. So
also, Barcelona, Lyon, they drew. I did not.
0-0, yeah. Both games were 0-0 today. So tomorrow's game should be interesting, though.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid and Juventus and Schalke and Manchester City.
Yep.
Yeah.
I play for Schalke, guys. Just got picked up.
Schalke?
Yeah, on FIFA.
Schalke?
My guy just got picked up. Schalke.
Nice.
To go play in the Bundesliga.
Next, he's going to play for Ajax next.
Schalke Khan. If I do, I'm changing my name to Ammonia. Yeah.
Speaking of dad jokes, come on, let's get on with it.
And then we got a quick little bit for MLS for home. Here at Orlando City, Nani signs for Orlando City. The chant is, hey, Nani, Nani. No.
Nani, Nani.
But Monday, February 18th, Orlando City announced the signing of Portuguese winger and former Manchester United and Sporting CP player, Nani.
Age 32.
Yep. Free transfer.
I like that.
That's good. That's good. And 3-year deals with designated player.
We were talking about it a bit when we were having some tacos at Tijuana Flats. In my mind, this is a very good signing. I did enjoy Nani for a majority.
This doesn't feel like a retirement league signing?
Hopefully not. That's my only fear is, does he come in and be a Steven Gerrard and, hey, it's Florida, it's Orlando, Disney World, Universal, SeaWorld. I just want to hang out with my kids and do whatever. I don't even know if he has kids.
This is as close to Miami as I can get.
Exactly.
And still play.
Still being a professional soccer team. Or, I hope he doesn't do that, because we've had a couple players in this position, the winger type, Niles Barn, Merrim, who have not fit in too well. However, that has not been under James O'Connor's system yet. So I want to see how he does. He has a load of experience, still relatively young, probably still has lungs to run up and down the field, especially in the Florida heat. But he can create, he can whip a ball in, and he can put the ball in the back of the net. I think he will be a good complement to Dwyer and get Dwyer off to a good start and kind of get him in that golden boot race in the MLS. That's my hope. That's what I think is going to happen. What I hope doesn't happen is those other things, and it turns into be a waste of a DP player, and he just kind of is off on the wing and doesn't really contribute and is just there. We'll see.
Yeah, and we'll... MLS starts March 2?
March 2nd. So, yeah, we'll do an MLS preview next week.
Our next podcast will have the MLS preview.
Preview. The next 280 days.
Sponsored by Ajax. Not really.
And Chalka.
Shaka Khan.
Oh. It's going to be back, boys.
Yeah, it is going to be back. Man, this beer is good. That wraps us up for this episode. Follow us on Twitter, Brewtiful Game. Follow us on Facebook, all those places. Untapped, so you can find out what beers we're having, what beers you're having. Instagram, go to the website, thebrutifulgame.com. You will find all those things. You can also drop us an email at the Brewtiful Game at gmail.com, or you can find the stuff on the website. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you find podcasts. Do us a favor, if you will leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you listen to us. Take a screen grab, send it to us via email, private message, whatever, on Twitter. We will get a koozie and a magnet out to you. So to say thank you very much.
Do we still have magnets?
Yep.
We're running out of magnets and koozies, so I got a whole bunch of different swag.
We also have t-shirts too. Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. If you go to thebrutifulgame.com, there's a t-shirt tag in there.
Yeah, new swag coming.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh, man.
I don't think Blake and I know what the new swag is.
No,
I don't. I have no idea.
I didn't tell anybody.
All right. Well, I think that wraps us up.
Foam fingers.
Pocket protectors.
Foam fingers.
Pocket protectors.
Brewtiful Game pocket protectors.
Brewtiful Game ruler.
Oh, my Lord. All right. Where's my book? Here we go.
Your dad joke book.
End us on, I don't have a listener dad joke right now. We've had some good ones, though.
Yeah.
Come in.
Thank you, Matt.
Stop. All right. Let's see.
Here it is.
Oh, man.
They must be rough if he's perusing the page that long.
Woo!
Ooh,
oh, man. It's next to an oldie go to goodie that we had about Tutankhamun.
Yeah, move on.
Oh, man. What do you call a wolf that can catch a deer with either paw? Bambidextrous.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's actually pretty good.
I love when they break fairs. That's so good. Here we go, gents. Love the beer. Cherish the game. Bambidextrous.